Good morning, seminar participants. I will present our writing with the title Mitigation of Supply Chain Risk using HOR model at PT Sumber Karya Indah. Me, Ahmad, Wilson Kosasi, Lamto Widodo and Christina Pasiribu, all of whom are from Tarumanagara University. Introduction. PT Sumber Karya Indah has problem in supply chain activities such as suppliers and consumers who are erratic and do not have contract. The risks that occur from this problem are the uncertainty of the number of stock raw materials, the change in the quality of raw materials, and the quality of different products, as well as demand uncertainty. The risk arising from supply chain problem hurt the company both in terms of cost and time. From the above problems, it is necessary to analyze existing risks and draft the risk mitigation strategy to prevent and mitigate the risk that may arise in the supply chain at PT Sumber Karya Indah, to identify and measure the potential risk involved in the supply chain at PT Sumber Karya Indah. Use the house of risk method. Research methodology. The identification stage is the first step in this research that is observing directly the problem at the research location. After identification, the problem formula is created and then set research objective. Furthermore, library studies and field studies to support research to run well and correctly. The second stage is the mapping stage of supply chain activity, where supply chain activity is divided into three parts of procurement activity, production process activity, and distribution activities. The mapping of supply chain activities is obtained by interview and observation. The data processing stage is the next stage after the data has been collected. Data processing aims to determine the severity of a risk event and the event of risk agent. The risk analysis is then mapped to the house of risk 1. Identification of risk event and risk agent is conducted by an interview with the general manager who has worked from the beginning of the company. In addition to business process are also identified parts that are responsible for the business process for each business process. Data collection and data calculation. Supply chain PT Sumber Karya Indah consists of suppliers, company, retail, and customer. The following can be seen supply chain as a whole from PT Sumber Karya Indah. Activity mapping as shown in this picture. Based on the classification, the company's supply chain activity description is shown in this table. The process includes plan, source, make, deliver, and return. Sub-process plan consists of demand forecasting, calculation of material needs, production planning, and material planning and control. Sub-process source consists of delivery scheduling, accepting, checking, and storing raw material and choosing a supplier. SAP process make consists of production scheduling, production process, and production inspection. SAP process deliver consists of delivery selection and sending bills to customer. SAP process return consists of return scheduling and making a return. Risk event and risk agent. From the process of mapping the supply chain activity, further identifying and measuring risk event and risk agent. This measurement performed to determine the severity of a risk event and determine the occurrence of the risk agent. This measurement was done by an interview with a general manager who has worked in the company from the beginning of the company and the general administration that has been working for more than 10 years. The result of the measurement are shown in this table. Seen from this table, at the risk event, there are 28 risk event and risk event, risk agent table. There are 32 risk agent. House of risk 1. Activity mapping in this model is done by entering the severity of the measurement of risk event, while the event of the risk agent and inspection value can be seen in the table risk event. Can be seen risk event table. Determination of the RP value of in the following formula. Use this formula, which ARP is aggregate risk potential value from risk agent. House of risk 2. Measuring the effectiveness of the level of difficulty is a step that must be determined in the next step by dividing the total value of the effectiveness (TEK) by the level of difficulty through action. The level of effectiveness of the difficulty is aimed at ranking the priority of all mitigation action. Use this formula, which TEK is total effectiveness of the mitigation action. The results of HOR1 is ARP, aggregate risk potential diagram. This is ARP diagram. The highest risk agent A9, A18, and A2 with each value of 1,134, 1,056, and 972. The results of House of Risk 2. The priority based on the largest ETDK value. From this graph seen, mitigation action 4, ETDK with a value of 2,157 and MA1 mitigation action 1 which an ETDK value of 1,900. Conclusion. From the supply chain activities of PT Sumber Karya Indah has identified 28 risk events and 32 risk agents. From the result of the mapping in HOR1, it is known that 3 selected risk agents are considered in mitigation action, namely A9, A18 and A2. From the mapping result of HOR2 obtained 7 draft risk mitigation action, namely MA1 mitigation action 1, planning of raw material procurement activity procedure, MA2, MA3, MA4, MA5, MA6 and MA7 is coordination with similar industries to collaborate on work. This is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much.